2020 March 5. Daily Bread Passage. Luke chapter 9 verse 28 to 43a. Key verse. Verse 35. Title: Listen to Jesus. Bible passage. About 8 days after Jesus said this, he took Peter, John and James with him and went up onto a mountain to pray. As he was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothes became as bright as a flash of lightning. 2 men, Moses and Elijah, appeared in glorious splendor, talking with Jesus. They spoke about his departure, which he was about to bring to fulfillment at Jerusalem. Peter and his companions were very sleepy, but when they became fully awake, they saw his glory and the 2 men standing with him. As the men were leaving Jesus, Peter said to him, "Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses and one for Elijah." He did not know what he was saying. While he was speaking, a cloud appeared and covered them, and they were afraid as they entered the cloud. A voice came from the cloud, saying, "This is my Son, whom I have chosen, listen to him." When the voice had spoken, they found that Jesus was alone. The disciples kept this to themselves and did not tell anyone at that time what they had seen. The next day, when they came down from the mountain, a large crowd met him. A man in the crowd called out, "Teacher, I beg you to look at my son, for he is my only child. A spirit seizes him and he suddenly screams, it throws him into convulsions so that he foams at the mouth. It scarcely ever leaves him and is destroying him. I begged your disciples to drive it out, but they could not." "You unbelieving and perverse generation," Jesus replied, "how long shall I stay with you and put up with you? Bring your son here." Even while the boy was coming, the demon threw him to the ground in a convulsion. But Jesus rebuked the impure spirit, healed the boy and gave him back to his father. And they were all amazed at the greatness of God. While everyone was marveling at all that Jesus did, he said to his disciples. Daily Bread message. 1. They saw Jesus' glory. Jesus took Peter, John and James onto a mountain to pray. While Jesus was praying, his face changed and his clothes gleamed like lightning. Moses and Elijah appeared with Jesus. They spoke of his impending departure. The disciples had never seen Jesus in his glory. Peter did not know what to say and blurted out that he would build 3 shelters. But God the Father spoke from heaven and told the disciples to listen to his Son, Jesus. 2. An unbelieving generation. They came down the mountain the next day to find a large commotion. A man had come with his demon-possessed son and asked the other disciples to drive it out. They were unable. The man begged Jesus to do something. The demon-possessed boy and the powerlessness of the disciples symbolized the unbelief and spiritual perversion of that generation. Jesus expressed his burden. The demon threw the boy into a convulsion, but Jesus rebuked the spirit and healed him. Prayer. Lord Jesus, thank you for revealing your glory through your death and resurrection. Help me to listen to you and respond to you with faith. One word. Listen to and believe in Jesus.